Next we will look at these type of equations if they involve fractions. What happens then? And first one, half times x plus 2 equals 5. I can actually get rid of that half. Half times something equals 5. I can multiply by something to get rid of the half, right? I can multiply both sides of the equation by 2. And then this half will disappear because 2 times half will be just 1. Okay? So what it is, it's going to be 2 times half, right? X plus 2. Over here 2 times 5. So this will cancel. I'm just left with x plus 2 equals 10, or x equals, of course, 8. Over here, I think I will use the distributive property this time and go 2 times a and 2 times 1/3. Let's see, we have 2 times a, that's 2a, then minus, and then 2 times 1/3, 2/3. Okay, now we solve it normally. That's 2a and then minus 2/3. I want to get rid of the minus 2/3 by adding 2/3 to both sides. So then I'm left with 2a on this side. What happens on the other side? There's -1 plus 2/3, or you can think of it as 2/3 minus 1. It would leave you with -1/3. And now divide by 2. So we get a equals -1/3 divided by 2, which is -1/3 times half, which is -1/6. Over here, again, there's 2 ways to solve this. I could use the distributive property, or I could get rid of this 2/3 by multiplying by something. Okay? Can you think of a number to multiply by? Both sides, of course. So the 2/3 will disappear. Let's see, if I multiply by 3 over 2, it's reciprocal, then I will get rid of this. So 3 over 2 times 2 over 3, and then x plus half. On this side, 4 times 3 over 2, that's 12 over 2. So that simplifies to 6. Now these 3's cancel and 2's cancel, so I have x plus half equals 6. And now you just subtract half from both sides, and x equals 5.5. Which you can easily see even without that, 5.5 plus half is 6. Over here, let's see, if I use distributive property, then you have to actually think that there is -1 here. It's -1 times n plus 4. So we will get -1 times n, which is -n, and -1 times 4, which is -4, like that. Or you could write it as add -4, but adding -4 is the same as subtract 4. We don't do anything to the fraction yet, because our next step would be to eliminate this -4 here by adding 4 to both sides. So we get -n alone here, and then 4 and 5/6. And if -n is that, then n is the opposite of that, or -4 and 5/6. It wasn't actually difficult at all. Lastly, I have here an equation where we could use the distributive property because it has 5 times and this difference in parentheses. I want you to think about, find a situation to match this equation. Think about it for a second. I wrote here that P would be the price of some item. And so thinking of it here is the price minus 3. It is the price reduced by 3. By 3 what? Well, in the context of money, it would have to be $3. Okay? So the price is reduced by $3 first of all, and then that is multiplied by 5 equals that amount. So we could have a price, an item whose price is reduced by $3, and somebody buys 5 of them, right? 5 times that reduced price, and then the total bill is $15.50. And the question would be, what is the price? I mean, the original price before it was reduced by $3. What is the original price? Now here to solve this equation, let me see, I have 5 times a quantity equals this, so I'll divide by 5 first of all. And that's what you would do even if you were solving this without any equation. If I tell you that, okay, something was reduced by $3 and I bought 5 of them and my total bill was this, then you would first find the price of one item by dividing by 5, right? You divide your total bill by 5, you get the price of one item. And in the equation we have now P minus 3 equals this divided by 5, which is $3.10. And then in the equation we now add 3 to both sides, right? And P is left alone, and then we add 3, so we get $6.10. And obviously that's what you would do even when if you were solving this without an equation. Once you find out how much one of the items was, oh, it was $3.10, but it had been discounted by $3. So originally it must have cost $3 more, or $6.10. Okay, well done with this, and I hope it was helpful.